All right, I'm doing another 2-hour run of. I'm not gonna subject you to the entire 2 hours. I've already gone through 37 minutes of it. But another 2-hour run of spamming Claro Walnut Lumber in my fully pentamelded item level 690 gear, specifically to. I think I need like 5 more. Let's just try 5. Specifically to farm rank 12 and 11 materia, crafting materia, because I have actually finally made the item level 750 gear. Really? You gave me that last little butt. But what I'm going to tell you about really quickly is this menu I'm clicking on right here, the materia extraction menu. Now, I didn't know this existed until today. I looked up, hey, is there a I just Googled. I didn't say hey in Google, that would be stupid. But I Googled, is there a menu for materia extraction? And one of the answers was, yes, dummy. No, they didn't say that. But yes, there is, and I'll show you how to get it. So after I do this little quick round, I'm trying to have this down really fast. So doot, exit, click, wait, click, click, one more. I'm pretty quick. Oh shit, I only have 1 minute left. Alright, I knew that though. I kind of looked at it earlier. I should probably eat the food now. There we go. Because food buffs, they'll stack on top of each other, so you don't have to. No! Luckily, I still have it. Cool. Whew, sorry about that. That was things happened. You gotta wait till you stand, and there's this little, like, flex of the screen. So escape, wait to stand, boom. See that little flex where something else kind of pops around here? And escape. Now. See that last little camera pop. Okay, and we might as well. No, we don't have to do that. Quick synth, max them out. Okay, so the materia extraction screen. What I was doing sucked a lot. You can actually, yeah. I was just hovering over these one at a time and being like, okay. Wait, why did these go? Oh, because I have the repair open. Anyway. I was hovering over, okay, which one is higher? Which one is higher? You can't, because it changes. For whatever reason, one of them will pull ahead and then it'll kind of go behind the other. So like at first it was the head when I very first started doing this, and then somehow it was the neck, and I don't know, whatever. So I was a little bit annoyed. This is a really stupid system to just have to check it one at a time. And on top of that, you have to right click and then move your mouse down to the extract materia option. And that all sucks. No thank you. So I went online and they just said, open up your actions and traits menu where you get your spells for battle, you find your traits, whatever. Under general, toward the bottom, at the bottom, really, materia extraction. Simply drag that to my bar. You can also right click it. If you left click it, it brings it up to drag it, but if you right click it, it'll open it. So if you don't want to put it on your bar, you can just have this open somewhere. The other thing I kind of want to look for that I haven't found yet, we'll talk about that, but that's the materia extraction. One of the cool things about this, and I actually opened up repair too, just to see how I'm doing. So I can still see my gal doing her thing. I dragged the quick synthesis bar down here, presumably because this is where my cursor is for clicking on quick synthesis in the actual crafting menu, and then clicking your number. I could also put it up here, but I like to just have a view of even though this clothing is god awful, it's just nice to have a view. And I'm matching the top corner right over here with the top corner of my buttons over here for no particular reason. Yeah. But I just wanted to get a shout out to whomever answered this question online, because this materia extraction thing is a godsend. The other thing I found in here is the advanced materia melding menu, which you can't do while you're crafting. But instead of having, like, I had the problem where I have to go to a non-melded, like, weapon in my armory chest, right-clicking it, going to meld, and then choosing my equipped. It was a pain in the butt. Like, if I were to right-click on any of this stuff without all these menus open and try to meld, like, you can't. It's actually, at this point in time, it's probably because I'm in the middle of crafting, but it's just another nice way. The one thing that was talked about by somebody is, like, you can actually have some more action boxes that aren't these action bars. And I'm trying to figure that out. Character, currency. Ooh, currency? Oh, yeah. That's my control B. No, never mind. Control C? Nope. Control C. There we go. Control C for currency. Actions and traits. That turns this menu off. That's funny. Okay. Anyway. Logs, travel, party, social. That's where the G pose is. Interesting. Command panel. Ooh, there it is. Haha. Accessing command panel. The command panel can be found under the extras. Obviously, I just swipe below. It can also be accessed via the following methods, shortcuts, blah, blah, blah. We can toy with this a little bit. This is my universal, like, this action bar never changes no matter what job I'm on. Just found it to be easier. Also, having the teleport button somewhere, especially if you are Gridanian or I think it's Limsa Lominson. Those two are at the top, so this is the fastest way for me to get back to my hometown. If like my return isn't my hometown, which if not, it's Tuliolal. I should probably put this solution 9, but I still go to Tuliolal for like the nuts hunt things, whatever. It's probably a better way to say that. It's fine. All right, we can do like 6. We'll just do 6. And after this next round of materia extraction, kind of demonstrating the boom, boom, boom of it, we're gonna have to do one more. Poop. That's fine. Wasn't fast. Quit. Escape. Stand. Snap. See that camera snap. You can actually prep your next quick synth while you're extracting. And wait till you hear that sound or a little camera snap again. The other thing I figured out about this method of farming materia, is it the best way to farm the precise materia that you're looking for? No. However, if you're going to be buying materia, because you're just like, man, I don't want to have to craft a billion collectible things in order to turn them in for Purple Crafting Scrip, or same thing for Orange Crafting Scrip. This is actually a really good way to make a lot of money, at least on my server. These Claro Walnut Lumber, not even HQ'd, they're going for 1,300 per lumber, which to me is insane. I don't like that price. I actually drop it lower because that just seems ridiculous to me. And then we'll just quick synth, and if you hit the minus button when this says 1, it drops it to the highest amount possible. But yeah, these sell for 800. Well, I'm putting them for 800 each because that seems more reasonable than 1,300, but it still gives me the amount of money that I like. That basically means, okay, since I actually farm all of this wood, the logs, since I farm it myself, one node is at least 5 logs, because it's about 37% chance to get an extra, like a crit basically. And since I got my gathering up to 5462, I think it is. Let's see if we can find that. Minor display set. Is that going to show me my... I think 5462 is the let's see, preview. No, it's not going to let me. That's a mix match. All right, well, it still looks kind of interesting. I might just keep it that way, but we'll see. When you get, at least for Claro Walnut Logs and Ra'Kaznar ore, probably for magnesium too, when you get up to 5462, every time you use Bountiful Yield or Bountiful Harvest 2, you get an extra 3 items. So every 100 gathering points is 3 items. And that actually overtakes every other gathering action you could even think about doing, because none of them are as efficient gathering points for yield as a 5462 gathering score with Bountiful Yield or Bountiful Harvest 2. And yes, you have to click it once for every time you hit a node. So like, it's my C button. So I go C, click, like all the way through. But, you know, it has to regenerate too. So when it's in the regeneration phase, when it's below 100, it's you can click on the quick harvest or quick whatever it's called. You can hit your C button to get your Bountiful Harvest on the first smack of the node, but then you're going to continue farming that node until it's depleted without having to click again. And you don't have any more GP to use anyway, so there's no real harm in that. And then obviously, either once you use a high cordial to get your GP back, or you get a revisit to get all your GP back. When that happens, you're going to have to turn off the auto harvesting, or again, whatever it's called, and then do it one at a time. C, click, C, click, C, click. But yeah, so every so one node, if you're in auto harvest mode, let's just quit this actually right now. Let's repair all. I have a bunch of dark matter. I have 58 left after that. We're just gonna not do the math right now. So yeah, one node takes 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, maybe like 6 or 7 seconds in one node, maybe 8 tops. In those 8 seconds, I have gathered enough logs to make 1 lumber, and I've made 800 gil. 1,300 if you want to do it as high as everybody else is. I saw the lumber today on my server was on sale. Like, some people had bought it for 2,000 per lumber. People that want to get the crafting done without doing the gathering themselves, they have the money to spare. I use my money on wind crystals. I don't have to. And I didn't. I did gather 8,000 wind crystals on my own, but then I just spent some money on the rest of them, because when they're selling them for like 59 gil per crystal, it's fine. I'm okay with that. It sucks. Like, you're spending like 170,000 on 2,000 crystals, or whatever the math turns out to be. 59 times 2,000. Yeah, one of the stacks was about 118,000, and one of them was 3,000 crystals for another whatever. But and then you just, if you like, I'm gonna make a lot of money on every night. You can sell them in stacks of 99. They sell really well that way. I don't know why. I've never had a need to buy a well, yeah, no, that's wrong. That's not true. If I'm spamming the Rarefied Ra'Kaznar Round Knife for Orange Scrip, oh, I have to do that today too. I have to do my custom collectible or custom deliveries. I'm gonna do custom deliveries, and I'm gonna do the hunts for nuts, because when you're trying to materia meld whatever you want, whatever verb you want to use, your battle gear, the only way to buy the materia you want specifically is through nuts. But sorry, the only way that I have access to, I believe there's other ways to do it, like through beast tribes or something. Things that I don't do, because I don't want to be doing a billion dailies every day to keep up with that stuff. It's just, that's what WoW was to me, and I didn't like. You know, WoW, I had my little garden in Mists of Pandaria, and I had just too many things to do daily. In Final Fantasy XI, I had like actual flower pots in my little Mog house that I needed to check at least daily. Well, probably just at least daily. I don't think anything was gonna wither if you didn't check it at least once a day. Some things were kind of temperamental that they needed once a day. Actually, Final Fantasy XI did also implement another kind of little extra zone where you had another little farm. I didn't get very far in that one. Oops. Is this gonna be enough? Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I mostly popped on to show you this materia extraction menu and how to find it, in case you were like me and you never knew about it, because it's amazing. But as I was saying, like if you're farming your own, every 8 crystals is 1 lumber as well. So if you figure out it's 6 seconds per, so like, let's just say 8 seconds to be nice, 8 seconds per 5 logs, and maybe roughly 10 seconds per 8 crystals. Crystals are another thing, because the what you're going to be spamming your gathering points on gives you an extra 3 crystals per smack for the entire node, not just for one smack. So or integrity, whatever you want to call it. I have found out that I got lucky-ish on a lot of my gear, and you know, unlucky at other times, but I think maybe lucky-ish as well when it comes to, where did I put it? I think armor is the only one I've really been playing with right now. So I got kind of lucky. Can you see? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I got some good, you know, the first. So you see those blue materia over in the left where the piece of gear popped up? Those are guaranteed. And then that first red one was a 17% chance. So on average, if you were to do it 100 times, only 17 would succeed. And so if you do it 10 times, you're only really expecting it to succeed maybe 1.7 times, or maybe 2, like, you know. It's just statistics. That fourth one, the second red one, I believe it was a 10% chance, but some of them are like 5 or 6%. So I got lucky, but I didn't have enough. I think this one wanted control for that first red. Okay, just checking my stuff. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I'm working on now. That's gonna take a while. I actually do have to make my math told me that I have to make, where is that thing? Do. You hit the spot. In order to, so on my, that can't be right. What am I thinking here? on my crafting gear, I have 16 main melds, and that's pretty much just going to be all of the main hand and offhand stuff. 16 main melds that need a rank 12 control materia, which costs 500 orange crafting scripts each. And then I need 19 pentamelds that also need that rank 12 materia. All of those first pentamelds are going to be a 17% chance. So if you do the math, you kind of really want to assume maybe just a 10% chance. I need 206 rank 12 materia, 500 orange scrip each. I don't remember what that comes out to, but if you divide that by 144, which is part of my calculations, I'll show you here. Just make sure we're still doing good here. Okay. Yeti still working on this? Default. Nope, that changed. Okay. My Yeti mic likes to unplug itself without actually unplugging itself. It's been weird. It's maybe like once every couple of weeks. What I was talking about here, though, so I need 16 main melds for the main and offhands for the crafting stuff. 19 pentamelds, about 17% chance, but we're going to assume 10. So that's 190. 19 times 10 is 190. Plus the regular 16 here for 206 times 500 orange scrip each. Don't remember what that total was, but you divide it by 144, which is how much orange scrip you get per maximum collectability on the Rarefied Ra'Kaznar Round Knives. I need 716 knives, which requires 5,728 fire crystals, like all this shit. All of it. So, a lot of work still to be done to get the pentamelds that I want in order to finally be able to make the item level 770 stuff. It is, or, you know, I can spend the money that I'm making from, because all of this stuff is on sale on the Marketboard. So I could just spend the money that I'm making from the Claro Walnut Lumber. If I'm charging a higher price for it like everybody else, I'm obviously going to be making more money, assuming it sells. But these are all the things that you can kind of look forward to. You're either going to be spending a lot of money, which is your prerogative, and obviously I can say with 20,500,000, I probably have the money to just buy all the materia I would need to pentameld everything. I didn't spend the gil on anything, which is sort of true. So when I started crafting, the only craft I did was culinarian, and the only gatherers I had were fishermen and botany to fuel the culinarian, because the culinarian needs herbs and onions and stuff from botany, and it needs fish sometimes, and it needs like meat that drops from killing monsters. So that I only needed those three things, I thought. The problem is you want gear, and if you're not able to make the gear yourself, which you can if you're leveling your other crafters at the same time, then you're buying it, obviously. You're either buying it on the Marketboard if you want the HQ versions, which are unnecessary for the leveling process, but, you know, still fun to have. Or, and I've showed this in a video before, you go to the Sea of Stars in, this is, which expansion is this? So Norvrant is the Crystal Tower stuff. And then you go, so like, it's after Shadowbringers. But it's the one where you go to Garlemald and Rodzit Han and Thavnair. I believe it's like, Thavnair is around 85. So it's like the 80 to 85 range. But the Sea of Stars, Bestways Burrow, this person right here You gotta figure out you gotta go find the quests for it, like how to start it. But this intersite travel, which you eventually unlock through quests, takes you to a kind of interesting crafting area that I have played around with basically 1%. But I think it'll have daily daily missions to do for certain things. I did get this cosmic fry pan prototype from it, and I've never done anything with it. But when I was looking at gathering gear, the gathering gear, there is like cosmic gathering stuff, and some of that is still, even though that stuff was introduced in that patch. What patch? Or not patch, expansion. It is still some of the best in slot for some things at this point. There is actually a few things you can gather in this game that are like the highest tier available at this time that you can gather better with just pentamelded item level 750 stuff. But anyway, that Best Ways Burrow, that interstellar travel thing, when you go here, when you do this, it's not, I can't find it on the map. It's none of these things. Like you cannot click it somehow. It just doesn't exist. It's none of these things. It's not even in your question marks. I still haven't done Juno. I really want to do it. Wait, is it in here? No, these are all something else. Anyway, but you can go there and you can buy, I believe, every single piece of normal quality crafter or gatherer gear that is in the entire game. I hit roughly level 70-ish, I think, with Culinarian, and decided, you know what, I'd actually probably like to start leveling all the other crafters as well. So I started doing that, and slow and steady, all of these ones leveled up at the same time. I started making my own gear on the way up, HQing it, getting to understand the HQ process. And once you can make your own gear, you have to farm for it, just like you do anything else, or unless you want to spend your money and buy the materials on the auction Marketboard. Sorry, every other game I've played, I'm pretty sure it's an auction house, but it's a Marketboard in this game, and it's a free company in this game instead of a guild or a link shell. Like it's anyway, the reason for sharing this video was literally just really to talk about this materia extraction menu. But yeah, hopefully any of the information I've shared has been helpful. We have a food buff going right now, so I went and I got a fourth better crowned pie, not realizing at the moment that every food lasts for 40 minutes. So in a 2-hour buff window from the Squadron Spirit Bonding Manual, you're only going to need 3 pieces of food. Right? Yeah, 40, 40, and 40 is 120. So anyway, I'll have another one for next time. Well, whatever. So actually, that's probably something a little bit to talk about. If you want to save... Actually, also, if you're in a free company of Helping Hand, that's actually a really good time to level your crafts, obviously. But yeah, if you want to save yourself one better crowned pie, then do this. I didn't even go into this with that in mind. I just happened by coincidence. Okay, so after one more round of extraction, I'll end the video and thank you for watching. We'll make... oops, damn it. You bitch. 6 more. We might get an unlucky... But I'm glad that this is ranked in percentage, the highest at the top. This one isn't. That kind of bugs me, but whatever. Are we gonna get it? Nope. Stupid. It's not a 1-to-1. Every quick craft is not guaranteed to get 1%, even with the maximum amount of... actually, I don't know if I have the max. I think there is another buff you can get. I don't know how. I think it's a free company buff? No, I don't... I believe there's one more buff to your spirit bonding, and I don't know how to get it. But I've seen it talked about when I was doing my research for all this. Damn it. Clicked half a second too early. I might as well just collect my last food now. Need at least 2, possibly another. Damn it, you butt. If you feel like it, you can have all of those happen roughly simultaneously. But I don't like wasting. Like you just, if you do that, if you only start materia extraction when all of them are at 100, you've just wasted 8%. You may have saved, you saved some time, and I will grant you that. The amount of time that you saved waiting until they're all at 100 instead of doing this little quit one dance, you know, the time that you save is probably more efficient. I don't think I could argue it if you put the facts in front of me. I don't think I can argue it even suspecting that it's more efficient, but anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. I can't say goodbye because I'm in the middle of something, but Alpha and I, thank you for watching. I have started putting my, God, what's it called? Ko-Fi? In case anybody ever just wants to give me a quarter. You want to, if you've liked any of my videos and you feel like giving me some love, a like is always nice. Subscribe if you feel like it. And there's a Ko-Fi link to just whatever you want. It's attached to my PayPal. If you do PayPal, the only way to link it is by sharing your email address, which is weird, I think. I couldn't find the link in my PayPal account for like just sharing like RS Logic or Oren Biernissen or whatever it happens to be, but yeah, if you like it, thank you. Anyway, Alpha and I say goodbye. Alpha, can you just give one more wave, like toward the camera though? Don't be stingy with your wave. Alpha, before I have to repair, come on, bud. Alpha, come on, dude, one more wave. You do it like all the time when I'm not begging for it. I gotta get up. Alpha, you're so stingy at the weirdest times. Oops. Okay. Bye. Go, 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 go. Look at the grit. Look at the grit. Yeah, get it.